What's up, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com, and so I have a major update for you. This video is going to update you on a lot that has happened since my last video, not to mention that Shiloh has surpassed Killer Carmelo. She has passed his GiveSendGo. I'm going to show you the receipts on that. I'm also going to update you on the so-called 5-year-old autistic child is not autistic and is not 5 years old. I'm going to show you that, in addition to the angry people are trying to take down Shiloh's GiveSendGo, but they're not going to be successful. However, GiveSendGo did make some major changes, and we will discuss that. But let me go ahead and start from this meme here, which hits home for me. As many of you all know from the first video I did on Killer Carmelo, I told you all that the reason I didn't jump on the story initially was because of the father. I do not like this whole I forgive my enemies. Forgive your enemies when they have been defeated, but to forgive your enemies when they're actively killing you, destroying you, and making your life miserable is stupid, subservient, and weak. However, when I found out that the mother does not forgive Killer Carmelo, thanks to some of you all who told me this in the chat, I was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and get on the story, and here we are. I love strong people. I love people who recognize their enemies and treat them accordingly. And as you can see with this meme, look at what good has come out of forgiving a killer like Carmelo. The father did that. So this is what happened. His son is killed. He forgives the killer. He's get kicked out of the killer's press conference and gets swatted over and over again. I do believe he's been swatted 3 times. So this is what happens when you get on there. I forgive. Stop it. Forgive your enemy when they have been defeated, not when they are alive and kicking and collecting a lot of money and show no remorse for their actions. Now let's look at Shiloh. A future FBI statistics go into her diaper bag and steal an item from it. She calls the future looting American the N-word. And as I talk to you right now, she has collected more than $100,000. She has collected over $537,000. Okay? So, Killer Carmelo is at $520,000 as I record this, okay? We're going to refresh this towards the end of the video because I'm sure people are still donating to both funds as I record this. So, Killer Carmelo is at $520,000. Shiloh is up at the lead at $537,000. And guess who's mad, honey? Ooh, they so mad. I will talk about that in a minute. But let me just tell you about this new scam that's going out there in Minnesota with the Somalis. So Daniel Greenfield uploaded this last December of last year. He tweets, a massive Somali autism welfare scam just exploded in Minnesota. The number of autism providers went up 700% from 41 to 328 in the past 5 years. Autism spreading shot up from 6 million to 192 million. Somalis are 7 times more likely to get autism services. FBI raids happening right now. Now, this is back in December. This follows the $250 million Feeding Our Future scam, in which Somalis claim to be feeding hundreds of thousands of kids who didn't exist. The autism scam looks like it might be almost as big, and it crosses over from the Feeding Our Future Somali scam. Authorities say at least a dozen defendants charged in the Feeding Our Future child nutrition fraud case also owned or received money from autism clinics. A 2009 Minnesota Department of Health study found that the proportions of 3 to 4-year-old Somali kids receiving autism services was as much as 7 times higher than non-Somali children. More recent data shows the disparity has only grown. Somalis set up their own centers to provide culturally appropriated programming. You can't make this up. Newer providers that better represent diverse communities are more flexible, offering services beyond the traditional 9-to-5 workday, some of them advertising that they're open 7 days a week. So it turned out that the so-called 5-year-old was not 5 years old. He was 11 years old, and he did not have any autism. The autism lie came from the Somali TikToker who was harassing Shiloh and recording the incident, trying to get her canceled. And he's connected to the Somali autism welfare scam. So you taste what I'm cooking, y'all? If you want to see the picture of the so-called 5-year-old who's really 11, it is available on Twitter. Now, let me also compare the two GiveSendGo funds, and let me show you the changes that the owner, or I think owners, I don't know how many people own GiveSendGo, has made because of this incident. So as of right now, actually, let me go ahead and refresh this, because right now I'm recording in the early afternoon, so I don't know if this has improved yet. So let me refresh to see what the current money raised for Killer Carmelo's GiveSendGo fund. So before refreshing, he had raised $520,661. And right now he's at $520,731. Oh, yay, you got a couple of dollars. Let's look at our girl Shiloh, okay? Right now, she's at $537,703. Let me go ahead and refresh to see where she is currently. Woo! $542,585, baby! Yeah! Wow! Ooh! Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, let me show you some changes they have made to GiveSendGo. So I want you to look at the recent donations. Now, in the recent donations, you would be able to see a message along with the amount donated. Well, not anymore. As you can see, it's just hearts and the name of the donors. And yeah, that's wow, it's not anonymous, isn't it? But they are not allowed to leave a message, right? Now, I thought this was only on Killer Carmelo's GiveSendGo, because you have a lot of hateful, actually a call for violence in the recent donation section here. But when I went to Shiloh's, guess what? Same thing, right? Look at this. You can't leave a message. All right. And I'm going to tell you why. I did some investigating and I found out why this is the case. So you could just leave your name, how much you donated. There's a little heart. You can leave some hearts there, but you can't leave a message. And let me show you why. So when Killer Carmelo had his GiveSendGo active, you had a lot of messages like this. However, when you go to Shiloh Hendrix GiveSendGo, you have messages like this. His name was Austin Metcalf. Thanks for having the courage to say what we're all thinking as they destroy our neighborhoods, schools, parks, theaters, festivals, concerts, art, language, culture, music, TV, not to mention the endless killings they do with glee. Stay safe. Praying for your safety and never lose the courage to say what needs to be said. No more white guilt. No more white shame. This is the only way forward. On behalf of the Asian community, we got your back. Stay strong. Finally, we started caring for our own. White tolerance is over. The fatigue that these people are causing is finally coming to a head. And this is the last one because there's so many like this, right? But notice how none of these messages on Shiloh's GiveSendGo calls for violence of any kind in any way. Our country is turning into trash. We have to stick together and fight for each other. We're tired of being called racist for pointing out uncivilized behavior. So as you can see the pattern, right? On Killer Carmelo's GiveSendGo, you had call to violence. You had a lot of racist slurs, a lot of racist rhetoric. You had them celebrating the death of Austin Metcalf. But as you can see on Shiloh's, you have unity. You have white people sticking together. They are rejecting white guilt. They are looking out for each other. And I support that. Black people do it all the time. I don't understand why it's wrong for white people to do it. But here's where it gets a little unhinged. Some Pookie was so up in his feelings that he had to donate the minimum amount to GiveSendGo just to put this up on Shiloh's page. And when I tell you they big mad, they are big mad. This is from Killer. Law, pathetic clowns, men-they monsters, wet dog smelling no good clockers. Y'all making the world of the black race. You use the lithium in black people's what? Eat black people. Oh, sorry. I broke character. I'm sorry. Okay. You use the lithium and eat black peoples. You are the problem race. Your time is coming soon with those smelly thick crackers. Hope you enjoy the $5 punk biatch. So as if this isn't enough, now you have these people, the people who were celebrating a murderer like Killer Carmelo. They were sitting here like, yay, white man dead, blah, 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 and just making all kind of memes. Now, when the tables have turned, they are upset and are advocating for the taking down of Shiloh's GiveSendGo. Check this out.
Some of these comments on this post here. Protecting the future of white children. You did what every other human being would do for their child. Protect them. You did nothing wrong.
Facts.
Thank you for helping stop white guilt.
Facts.
It's not about the money. It's about sending a message.
True.
Americans shouldn't have to live in fear of scumbag foreigners. We must secure the existence of our people and the future of white children. It's fair to say we've had enough. Decades of propaganda have failed to hide the obvious truth. Thank you for being a strong mother and speaking up, as opposed to the weak man whose son was murdered by Karmelo Anthony. Like, what the hell does this have to do with Karmelo Anthony?
It has everything to do with it because Austin Metcalf's father came out and humbly forgave that killing criminal. That's why.
Hope this helps to avoid a trash culture. Then here we go, another reference to Carmelo Anthony in this long-winded statement. But these are all anonymous donors. Of course they're anonymous. And they've not only helped her reach the goal, she's far exceeded the goal, but it really shows for all of you guys that are in doubt about the America that we live in, this is America right here. I'm not familiar with this Give, Go, Send platform, but I don't know if there's something that we can do to facilitate a movement to get this page taken down, because under no circumstances should she be able to monetize this type of behavior. She should not be able to profit off of it. She needs to sit in everything that she has done. This type of hate should not be tolerated. And whoever this GiveSendGo platform is, if they refuse to take this funding site down for this cause, then it speaks to a bigger issue within this company, that you would allow for someone like this to even post a financial request for such egregious behavior.
Imagine the hypocrisy. Because let me tell you something, Boom Shika. If her GiveSendGo goes down, so does his. You really want to play that game? You really want to issue those demands? Because trust me, you don't want what you're asking for. And I know the criminal family known as the Anthonys wouldn't want that either. So because these people are now gathering together to demand that Shiloh's GiveSendGo gets taken down, and they're talking about, look at all the hate, look at all the racism, blah, 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 blah. Now, and mind you, when it was all the violent threats and the racism on Killer Carmelo's GiveSendGo, no, ain't nobody say nothing. But because white people are sticking together and basically backing one of their own, they are now like talking about racism, this is bad, this is hate, and blah, 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 hypocrisy. So guess what? GiveSendGo said, guess what we're going to do? We're just going to remove both comment sections from both GiveSendGo. So because we can't have nice things due to the basketball Americans, now you cannot leave any messages on anyone's GiveSendGo. Now, I don't know how long this is going to last. And I also haven't checked other people's GiveSendGo's pages, but I do know this is the reason why. And frankly, I think that's a good way to basically calm things down until we get to a little bit of normalcy. There you go, taters. That's the update that I have for you so far. I don't think it's going to get any better than this, but if she does get to 800, I probably will talk about that again. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of TikTok videos of the tears from the Tyrones, the Pookie, and the Watermeloninas, okay? I'm going to be there to record all of that because I don't know. I just love it. I find all of this to be hilarious. But anyway, let me know what you think by leaving a comment below this video. Don't forget to give me a like. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe if you like this type of content. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, taters.